Before you buy SCHG, there are 3 things you absolutely need to understand, because one of them could completely change whether this ETF deserves a place in your portfolio. Most investors only look at past performance, but they overlook a hidden trade-off that could significantly impact their long-term returns. By the end of this video, you'll know not only whether SCHG is worth buying, but also who should avoid it entirely and what type of portfolio it actually works best in. If you enjoy straightforward investing content that helps you become a smarter investor, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments whether you already own SCHG or you're thinking about buying it. Now, let's get started. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, tax, or professional investment advice. Always do your own research and consult a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. When people talk about growth ETFs, SCHG often comes up near the top of the list. It's easy to see why. The Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF has produced impressive returns over the years while maintaining one of the lowest expense ratios available. But here's what many videos don't tell you. SCHG isn't automatically the best choice simply because it has performed well recently. In fact, buying it without understanding its strengths and weaknesses can lead to disappointing expectations. Let's explore why. The first thing you need to understand is that SCHG is designed to own companies expected to grow earnings faster than the average large cap company. That means you'll find familiar names in technology, communication services, and consumer discretionary sectors. These companies often reinvest profits back into growing their businesses rather than paying large dividends. This creates tremendous upside during strong economic environments. However, there's another side to that story. Growth stocks also tend to experience larger declines when interest rates rise or when investors become more cautious. This is why SCHG can outperform dramatically during some years and lag behind during others. Many new investors see the historical returns and assume the future will look exactly the same. History rarely works that way. Here's something I think deserves more attention. Instead of asking whether SCHG is a good ETF, ask yourself whether you're emotionally prepared to own a growth ETF. Imagine buying SCHG after a strong rally. Then the market drops 20 or 30%. Would you continue buying? Would you hold? Or would you panic and sell? Your investment success depends far more on your behavior than on finding the perfect ETF. That's why understanding yourself may be more important than understanding SCHG. If you're finding this analysis helpful so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more ETF breakdowns. Also, share this video with someone who's thinking about investing in growth funds. It could help them avoid an expensive mistake. Now let's discuss one of SCHG's biggest advantages. Its expense ratio is incredibly low. Every dollar you don't pay in fees stays invested and continues compounding over time. Many investors underestimate how important costs become over decades. A difference that seems tiny today can translate into thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars over a long investment horizon. That's one reason SCHG has become so popular among long-term investors. But low fees alone don't guarantee success. The real question is whether SCHG fits your investing goals. For example, if you're a retiree depending on investment income, SCHG may not be the ideal centerpiece of your portfolio because it generally offers a relatively modest dividend yield. Its primary objective is capital appreciation, not income generation. On the other hand, if you're in your 20s, 30s, or even 40s and you're focused on maximizing long-term growth, SCHG could align much better with your objectives. Your stage of life matters. Your investment goals matter. There's no universal best ETF. Only the ETF that's best for your specific situation. Now here's the insight I promised at the beginning. Many investors compare SCHG with other growth ETFs and spend hours debating which one has slightly higher historical returns. I think that's the wrong question. Instead, ask whether SCHG should be your entire portfolio. For many investors, the answer is probably no. SCHG focuses on one segment of the US market, large cap growth companies. That means you're intentionally leaving out value stocks, smaller companies, and international markets. Concentration can boost returns during favorable periods. But diversification can improve resilience when market leadership changes. Rather than viewing SCHG as a complete portfolio, consider it as one powerful building block. Some investors pair growth with broader market ETFs. Others combine growth with dividend-focused investments to balance appreciation and income. The exact allocation depends on your personal risk tolerance, investment horizon, and financial goals. That's a much healthier way to think about portfolio construction than chasing whichever ETF topped last year's performance charts. There's another point that often gets overlooked. People sometimes expect SCHG to outperform every single year. That's unrealistic. Even excellent funds experience periods of underperformance. The investors who usually benefit the most aren't the ones constantly switching between ETFs. They're the ones who stay disciplined, continue investing during market downturns, and allow compounding to work over decades. Patience is one of the few advantages every investor can control. So before buying SCHG, ask yourself these 5 questions. Am I investing for long-term growth? Can I tolerate significant market volatility? Do I have a diversified overall portfolio? Will I continue investing during market downturns? Am I choosing SCHG because it fits my plan, or simply because it's been performing well recently? If you can confidently answer those questions, you'll likely make a much more informed decision. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below answering this question. Is SCHG your favorite growth ETF, or do you prefer another option? Your comments help create great discussions and inspire future videos. Finally, if you know someone who's about to invest in SCHG, share this video with them. It might help them make a smarter long-term investing decision. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.